Welcome to your Spirit Guided Life, where we talk all things spirit guides. From how you can connect with them to how they can then help you discover your intuitive gifts, live your purpose, unlock success in your personal and professional life, and create the change you want to see in the world. Because that is what it means to live a spirit guided life. Today I want to introduce you to the 4 gifts your spirit guides can bring you once you make that first connection with them. The fact that you are watching this video already tells me that your spirit guides are calling you to work with them. And that means that it is time for you to follow that call, so keep watching. My name is Yemoonyah and I'm a spirit guide medium, an award-winning Hay House author and a spiritual growth coach. Since my spirit guide physically appeared in my bedroom in the middle of the night over 20 years ago, I've helped thousands of spiritual seekers like you to connect with their spirit guides through readings, courses, workshops, and my book, The 7 Types of Spirit Guide. So let's get started. Here are the 4 gifts from your spirit guides. I already quickly mentioned them in the intro, but now I want to go deeper into each one of them. Gift number 1. Your spirit guides can help you discover and develop your intuitive gifts. How does that work? It's simple, really. By learning to connect with them, you automatically develop your intuitive abilities because that is what it takes to communicate with your guides. And yes, everyone has a team of spirit guides, and anyone can communicate with their own guides. No exceptions. That's because it's a skill, just like playing the piano, creating a website, or knitting a sweater. It takes time and practice, but is totally doable. No one expects to watch one YouTube video and then be able to play Beethoven on the piano right away, right? So why would this be different? Have patience. The first thing you need to understand is that they don't speak the same language humans do, which is why so many people try and fail to connect with their guides. They expect them to use words to talk, to communicate, but in reality, they more often use signs, symbols, visions, and dreams to send you messages. Learning to recognize and trust this intuitive language is essential if you want to connect with your guides. Unfortunately, we live in a world that largely ignores the unseen worlds, and our brains are trained to filter out any information coming from non-physical sources. So we have to retrain ourselves to accept and trust the messages our spirit guides send us through our intuitive senses. The great thing is that while you are learning to connect with your guides, you are already receiving their first gift because you are automatically developing your intuitive abilities. Gift number 2. Your spirit guides can help you live your purpose. You might think you don't know who your guides are, but they are around you and communicate with you all the time. You might not be aware of this because you haven't developed your intuitive abilities yet, but your higher self is fully aware of your ongoing conversation with your guides. And a big part of that conversation has to do with your purpose. They send you signs, symbols, and synchronicities to help you along the way. Now, don't expect your guides to give you super specific instructions on what your purpose is. That is not how it works. If they did, you would miss out on the lessons you'll learn on the way to discovering your purpose. Also, our life's purpose goes through many transformations and iterations. There is no such thing as figuring it out once and then you just do it for the rest of your life. Your purpose needs to be updated, adapted, and upgraded from time to time. So our guides give us one hint at a time. If we then don't take action, they will just repeat the message in a million different ways until we get it. And that is where many get stuck, because we want to know what the end goal is. We want to know what we are supposed to do. Are we supposed to be an architect, or is our purpose to be a nurse? But in reality, it's like hiking up a mountain with the peak shrouded in clouds. Unless you put one foot in front of the other and take one action step at a time, you will never know what the top looks like. It's really about listening to the guidance of your guides and then taking action daily. This is how your spirit guides can help you live your purpose. This way, you live with purpose every day, so that in the end, you look back and realize that you can now look down from that mountain and clearly see the path you have taken and what your overall life's purpose was. Gift number 3. Your spirit guides can help you unlock success in your personal and professional life. A lot of spiritual people tell themselves that they don't need to have a beautiful house, a fancy car, or even a functioning washing machine. Wanting these things is unspiritual. Maybe you agree with that. You might even wear your lack of material success as a badge of honor and as proof that you are spiritually more advanced than the rest of the world, because you do not succumb to greed and selfishness and think success is overrated, because you might believe that the material and the spiritual realms are opposites and you need to move from one to the other. And especially money seems to symbolize everything that is wrong with the material world and those that want to be successful. However, your spirit guides don't agree. They taught me that true spiritual mastery includes successfully navigating the earth plane, since it is part of the greater spiritual reality, not separate from it. And success in mastering the earth plane is measured by our ability to win abundance without becoming slave to greed. They want you to know that you do not have to live a self-sacrificing life to live your purpose. It's not about giving up all your dreams, desires, and comforts in order to serve others. You are a powerful and wise spiritual being, and a human being that functions much better when you don't have to worry about earthly practicalities like paying the rent or mortgage. In fact, the more resources you have, including money, the bigger your impact on the world can be. So if your beliefs about success and money don't allow you to create the abundance you need to make the impact you want to make in the world, then your biggest opportunity is to realize that creating abundance in all its forms is part of your spiritual path. Because self-worth very often equals net worth. So let your spirit guides show you how to be successful in your personal and professional life so you can experience gift number 4. And gift number 4 is that your spirit guides can help you create the change you want to see in the world. They want you to take the spiritual principles you learned on your spiritual path and practically apply them in the physical world in order to create a more egalitarian, inclusive, and collaborative world. In short, they want you to become a bridge between the spirit world and the physical world inhabited by humans. You are essentially a medium. Maybe not in the traditional sense that you deliver messages from spirits to humans, but in the sense that energies that flow from the spirit world can manifest in this physical and human world through you. This could happen through something very specific, like developing ways to sell products on the internet by employing divine feminine principles in the sales process, or as broad as making people smile more to raise the general vibration on the planet. It could also be through your creative endeavors as a painter, writer, gardener, or cook. or through the compassion you show your colleagues at work, which makes them feel safe and do their work even better. The point is that you are actively doing something to make this world a better place through your actions inspired by your spirit guides. As long as you are acting on spiritual principles like love, compassion, and kindness, you are effectively functioning as a bridge between the worlds. So these are the 4 gifts that come from working with your spirit guides. If you want to learn more about how to connect and communicate with your spirit guides so you can receive the 4 gifts we just talked about, then read my award-winning book, The 7 Types of Spirit Guide. It was published by Hay House, and it will show you how to connect and communicate with your guides through a DIY ceremony. It's available as ebook, paperbook, and audiobook on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Booktopia, Indigo, Waterstones, Hive, and anywhere else books are sold around the world. It's also available in Italian, French, Mandarin, and Lithuanian.